Welcome to Race Academy, KSET Revision Test 2, full syllabus, Chemistry with Solutions by YRK Mohan. See the first question. 25 centimeter cube of oxalic acid is completely ionized 0.064 grams of sodium hydroxide. Completely neutralized with sodium hydroxide. Molarity of oxalic acid solution is C. Molarity of oxalic acid can be calculated by using moles of oxalic acid is moles of sodium hydroxide. In that formula, substitute the volume of this oxalic acid 25 by 1000 into normality, that is equals to moles of sodium hydroxide given 0.064 by its molar mass 40. Then the normality we got is 0.064. Okay. Now the relation between molarity and normality is nothing but molarity is equals to n by 2 for oxalic acid. So this normality is substituted in this formula. To get molarity answer is 0.032. So second option is the right option. Next, the statement that is not correct is energies of stationary states in hydrogen-like atom is inversely proportional to square of principal quantum number. So this is correct only because energy is inversely proportional to n square. The radius of first orbit of helium is half that of first orbit of hydrogen atom. Yes, because helium and hydrogen radius values calculation, if you check it, then you will come to know one thing, that this is half of the radius of the helium is half of its value is orbit of hydrogen. Next one, angular momentum, angular quantum number satisfy the shape of the orbital. Yes, it tells us the shape of the orbital. Next, total number of nodes of 3s orbital is 3. So here we have a doubt is there. That is, total number of nodes for 3s orbital is 2 because 3s, the value of principal quantum number is 3 and number of nodes formula, total number of nodes formula is n minus 1. So 3 minus 1 is 2 we got. So this one, fourth one is the right option for this statement is not correct. Next question. For the equilibrium, calcium carbonate gives CaO plus CO2. Kp value given at 1000 Kelvin. And telling 50 grams of calcium carbonate in a 10 liters closed vessel is heated to 1000 Kelvin. And percentage of calcium carbonate that remains unreacted at equilibrium is how much? They are given R value also. So in this, we can find the number of moles from this gas equation. Number of moles is equals to P by V by RT and pressure 1.64 atmosphere into volume is 10 liters divided by R value 0.082 into temperature is 1000. So number of moles of CO2 we got is 0.2. And given question 50 grams of calcium carbonate is there, that is 0.5 moles. And that means 0.5 moles of calcium carbonate produces how many moles of CO2? 0.2 moles of CO2. 0.2 moles. Therefore, the percentage of calcium carbonate remains is how much? That is, we have 0.3 divided by 0.5 into 100. So percentage of calcium carbonate unreacted is 0.3 by 0.5 into 100. So 60% we got. So that is fourth option is the right option for it. Next question. Conversion of oxygen into ozone is non-spontaneous at what is the condition? Let us see. At high temperature, ozone remains unstable. The decomposition reaction is shown below. That is 2O3 gives rise to O2. That means the conversion of oxygen to ozone is non-spontaneous at high temperature. Next question. Density of carbon monoxide is maximum at. So we have to check with the verification answers here for every option. And density is PV, PM by RT is the formula we have. In this expression, M and R are constant. Remaining values, if you check it, the first option we have 0.5, pressure by temperature is 273. We got is 0.00183 we got. And the second option 4 by 500, if you check it, is 0.008 we got. Third option 2 atmosphere and 600 Kelvin we got 0.0033. And the fourth option 6 atmosphere by 1092 we got 0.00549. So in this, the density is maximum for the condition 4 atmosphere and 500 Kelvin. So it means our second option is the right option for the question. The metallic oxide reacts with water to form its hydroxide. And hydrogen peroxide is also liberates oxygen. Metallic hydroxide could be. That means metallic hydroxide gives hydroxide, hydrogen peroxide and liberates oxygen. The one which is superoxide, nothing but potassium superoxide, gives potassium hydroxide, hydrogen peroxide and oxygen. So we have first option is the right option for this question. Next question, the acidic strength of active methylene group in. So we have different kinds of substances are there. In these substances, if you check with the acidic strength of active methylene group, that depends upon the presence of electron withdrawing groups. Here electron withdrawing groups is methyl ketonic groups, and this group CH3CO, CH3CH2, OC double bond O are there we have. So in this, the correct one is nothing but we have, if you take the first one, that is CH3CO, CH2, OCH3, where it is B. So it is nothing but B. After that, we have one methyl ketone group, another one is the carboxylate group is there. So that means it is A. The next one, this is nothing but C. So B greater than A greater than C means we have fourth option is the right option for this question. Next question. X gives rise to Y plus Z, ozonolysis is happening. That means in these options we have double bond is there, unsaturated compounds gives carbonyl compounds. It's very clear. Y can be obtained by Etard reaction and Z undergoes disproportionation reaction with concentrated alkali. X could be. We know that with concentrated alkali Cannizzaro reaction is possible and Etard reaction is possible with benzaldehyde. So it indicates that Y is obtained is Etard reaction means is benzaldehyde only, this there is no doubt, and it gives Z shows disproportionation reaction with a base alkali means undergoes Cannizzaro reaction. Z is nothing but formaldehyde. Thus this X is nothing but ring with CH double bond CH2. Upon ozonolysis what will happen? This unsaturation separates out where the double bond is there. There if you add one oxygen each for the carbons, then it will be benzaldehyde and formaldehyde. So that means phenyl ethene, the first option is the right option for this question. Next question. Gold sol is not a lithophobic colloid, negatively charged colloid, macromolecular colloid, multimolecular colloid. See, gold sol possesses particles of different sizes. Therefore, it cannot be macromolecular colloid. So, gold sol is not a macromolecular colloid. Next question. Carbocation is as an intermediate is likely to be formed in the reaction. See, on observing these reactions, we know hexane is converted into 2-methyl pentane. That means it indicates that when the reaction takes place in the presence of halogen carrier like AlCl3, Lewis acid and HCl at 293 Kelvin, isomerization takes place and 2-methyl pentane is formed. That means in this reaction, the highly stable carbocation is also formed, secondary carbocation. It involves methyl shift. It means that carbocation is formed in the second case of the question. Next question. For an ideal binary liquid mixture, delta H mixture is equals to 0, delta S mixture less than 0. Different kinds of conditions here they have given. And but for ideal binary liquid mixture, the value of delta H mixture and the value of delta V mixture remains 0. Therefore, delta G mixture will be less than 0 and delta S mixture will be greater than 0. Next question. For hydrogen oxygen fuel cell at 1 atmosphere and 298 Kelvin, H2 plus half O2 gives rise to H2O. Delta G naught is equals to minus 240 kilojoules. Here, E naught for the cell is approximately how much? But the given Faraday is 96,500 also. So in this, you can see the delta G naught is equals to NF E naught formula, where delta G value we have taken is minus 240 kilojoules and substituted the number of electrons is 2 and after that Faraday E naught value calculated I got is 1.24 volts. Which one of these is not unknown? Usually cupric iodides are unstable. Therefore, they convert into cuprous iodide and iodine. The reason why we are saying they are not known. Next question. The correct statement is the extent of actinide contraction is almost the same as lanthanide contraction. Cerium plus 4 in aqueous solution is not known. The earlier members of lanthanide series resemble calcium in their chemical properties. In general, lanthanide and actinides do not show variable oxidation states. In this, everything is correct, but the chemical properties of earlier members of lanthanide series are identical to that of calcium is 100% correct, but the remaining things here, cerium plus 4 is known and actinide contraction and lanthanide contraction almost similar. And lanthanide and actinide do not show variable oxidation state. They show variable oxidation state. They are given do not. That's why third option is the right option for this question. Next question. P gives rise to R gives rise to 4-methyl pent 3 in 2,1. And P treated with Grignard reagent methyl magnesium bromide followed by hydrolysis, and R is treated with dilute sodium hydroxide followed by heating. So in this, what will happen if you take ethanamine, if it gives a double bonded compound here, this is, and after that hydrolysis it gives acetone. Acetone, when you treat with dilute sodium hydroxide followed by heating, it gives unsaturated carbonyl compound, and this is nothing but 4-methyl pent 3 in 2,1. That means ethane nitrile is the right answer for this question. Ethane nitrile. When CH2 double bond CH OCH2 CH3 reacts with 1 mole of HI and one of the products formed is, it is very clear that is allylic ether. Then when it undergoes usually nucleophilic substitution reactions and 1 mole of hydrogen iodide here forms ethanol, and the reaction mechanism is said to be giving ethanol. One of the product is ethanol. Next question. 0.44 grams of monohydric alcohol when added to methyl magnesium iodide in ether liberates 112 centimeter cube of methane at STP. So when PCC also the same alcohol forms carbonyl compound that answers silver mirror test. The monohydric alcohol is usually when you take a kind of general formula of number of moles can be obtained from the volume given here. This 22,400 by this 112 multiplied by this mass given will give molar mass of the alcohol, and this molar mass of alcohol is matches with our first option, that is CH3 thrice C CH2 OH. So that is the right option for this question. Next question. What is the IUPAC name B in this sequence of the reaction? First carbonyl compound read with methyl magnesium bromide in the presence of ether gives A converted into B upon hydrolysis, acid hydrolysis. See, in this, when you take methyl magnesium bromide where the double bond carbon oxygen is there you will get one alcohol functional group, and that OH is formed after the treatment of hydrolysis with the removal of magnesium hydroxy compound, addition compound. Then that compound obtained, final compound obtained alcohol is called as 3-methyl butane 2-ol. So 3-methyl butane 2-ol, that is third option is the right option for this one. For Freundlich isotherm, a graph of log x by m is plotted against log p. The slope of the line and its y-axis interceptor respectively corresponds to. See, the graph can be observed like this: log x by m versus log p. This is the graphical representation. In this graphical representation, the intercept is log k and slope is 1 by n. 1 by n comma log k. So fourth option is the right option for this question. Next, a plot of 1 by t versus k for a reaction gives slope minus 1 into 10 to the power of 4 Kelvin. The energy of activation for the reaction is, they are given R value also. R is equals to 8.314 joule per Kelvin per mole. If you observe Arrhenius expression, K is equals to A into e to the power of minus EA by RT. In this, if you take log K, that will become minus EA by R into 1 by T plus log A. So, this type of reaction, negative slope is there. That negative slope is EA by R, that is given as 1 into 10 to the power of 4. After that, this EA is equated to R value into 10 to the power of 4. R value given as 8.314 into 10 to the power of 4. After converting that one into kilojoules, we got 83.14. 83.14 means the second option is the right option for this question. Next question. The IUPAC name of complex ion formed when gold dissolves in aqua regia is. See, the aqua regia is nothing but 3:1 ratio of HCl and HNO3 in concentrated state. So if it reacts with the gold chloride, then what will happen? It forms tetrachloridoorate. Tetrachloridoorate 3, that is AuCl4. That means our option number 3 is the right answer for this question. Next question. The correct sequence of reaction to be performed to convert benzene into metabromoaniline is, see, benzene can be converted into nitrobenzene by using nitration process, and followed by bromination we will get metabromobenzene. But nitro group can be converted into aniline in the presence of reduction in the presence of metal and acid. So this is the sequence. In this sequence, first we have done step 1 nitration, step 2 we have done bromination, step 3 we have done reduction. So that means nitration, bromination, reduction. So that sequence is matches with the fourth option. So nitration, bromination, reduction. Next question. Phenol treated with benzoyl chloride in the presence of base gives X, upon nitration gives Y. X upon nitration gives Y. So what is the major product Y? What is Y? So in this reaction, when phenol reacts with the benzoyl chloride, HCl will be removed. After removal of HCl, we will get a ring COO ring, and if it undergoes nitration process, one of the ring undergoes nitration at para position, and that means ring COO, ring NO2. So ring COO, ring NO2 is our third option. Okay. Next, A gives rise to P plus Q plus R follows first order kinetics with a half-life of 69.3 seconds at 500 degrees Celsius. Starting from the gas A enclosed in a container at 500 degrees Celsius and a pressure of 0.4 atmosphere, the total pressure of the system after 230 seconds will be. That means according to chemical kinetics, half-life and rate constant relation K is equals to 0.693 by T off, and in that if we substitute the T off value, half-life value 69.3, that rate constant got 0.01 seconds, second inverse is the answer. And the first order rate constant expression, the given conditions pressure 0.4 initial and at that temperature, the time interval 230 seconds, we don't know that one, so that is taken as 0.4 minus x. After substituting the K value, then simplified x value got is 0.36. That means in the given equation, if you take it in the given equation, initially 0.4 A is there and PQR is 0, but finally what happened, 0.4 minus x is 0.36 we got. So 0.36 is PQR's equal values. The total pressure now can be easily calculated by adding these values. That means 0.4 minus 0.36 is plus 3 times of this 0.36, totally we got 1.12 atmospheres. So 1.12 atmospheres means the second option is the right option for this question. Next question. MnO2 plus HCl gives rise to A plus F2 gives rise to B in the presence of 573 Kelvin, and B plus U gives C plus G, all are in gaseous states. The gases A, B, C, D respectively. So manganese dioxide, you know, it gives chlorine gas in the presence of concentrate HCl. So A will be Cl2. So either first option or third option matches with this one. When chlorine reacts with the fluorine, fluorine trifluoride will be formed is also a gas, that is B is a gas at 573 Kelvin. So Cl2, CF3. So matches with our first option. But coming to the third equation, that ClF3 unites with uranium, forms uranium hexafluoride, C gas, and ClF chlorine monofluoride, that is also gas. That means Cl2 is A and ClF3 is B and uranium tetrahexafluoride is C and chlorine monofluoride is D. So first option is the right option for this question. Next question. Acetophenone cannot be prepared easily starting from. You know, we cannot easily prepare acetophenone using toluene only. That means E option is the right option for this. because it involves multi-step reaction, but acetone can be easily synthesized from benzene, and also its compound here is benzene derivatives, that means hydroxy derivatives of the compounds we get acetophenone, and even phenylethyne also is possible to give this acetophenone. So upon hydrolysis in the presence of mercuric ion, it follows the Walker process. So first option is the right option, that is toluene, which cannot be prepared, acetophenone cannot be prepared easily from toluene. Next question, 1 mole of ammonia was completely absorbed in 1 liter solution each of, see A, B, C given, A is 1 molar HCl, B is given 1 molar acetic acid, C is given 1 molar sulfuric acid at 298 Kelvin. The decreasing order of pH of the resulting solution is, and they are given Kb value for ammonia 4.74. Correct order of acidic strength is nothing but sulfuric acid is stronger than HCl, stronger than acetic acid. So when the acidic strength is more, then pH value will be opposite to that one. So that means inversely proportional, means acetic acid, that is B, and HCl, that is A, and H2SO4, that is C. So B greater than A greater than C is the decreasing order of pH of the resulting solutions. So option 4 is the right option for this question. Next question, 5.5 milligrams of nitrogen gas dissolves in 180 grams of water at 273 Kelvin and 1 atmosphere pressure due to nitrogen gas. The mole fraction of nitrogen in 180 grams of water at 5 atmosphere nitrogen pressure is approximately. So here 1 atmosphere pressure 5.5 milligrams. So 5 atmosphere pressure, what is the mass of nitrogen? That is 5 times of this one is 27.5 milligrams. Now mole fraction of this nitrogen can be calculated by using the formula number of moles of nitrogen by number of moles of water, as the reaction is considered as dilute solution. So number of moles of nitrogen is nothing but 27.5 into 10 power minus 3 grams by its molar mass is 28 divided by water number of moles. Water here given 180 grams, 180 by 18. So upon simplification you got 1 in 10 to the power of minus 4. So second option is the right option for this one. 50 centimeter cube of 0.4 molar potassium chromate in acidic medium oxidizes a sample of H2S gas to sulfur. Volume of 0.03 molarity KMnO4 required to oxidize the same amount of H2S gas to sulfur in acidic medium is. One thing that potassium dichromate is there. The potassium dichromate and potassium permanganate, their normalities can be calculated using the formula normality by molarity is equals to molar mass by Equivalent mass. So if you take potassium chromate cases, potassium chromate normality you want to calculate, that normality of potassium chlorate, potassium dichromate is nothing but molar mass of this potassium chromate is 294 divided by its equivalent mass is 49 into given molarity is 0.04. That's why it's 6 times it cancels. So the 6 into 0.04 is 0.4 is the 24 is the normality of potassium dichromate. Similar fashion, you want to find the number of the normality of potassium dichromate. Potassium dichromate is 158 molar mass and equivalent mass is 31.6 into its molarity given is 0.03. So almost 5 times it get cancels. 5 into 0.03 is 0.15 is the normality of it. So normalities N1, N2, volumes V1, V2 substituted in this volume of this potassium permanganate is taken as V2 and V2 is equal to N1, V1 by N2 and substituted the N1, V1 value given in the question is 50 centimeter cube and upon substitution we got V2 as 80 ml. So 80 centimeter cube, first option is the right option for this question. Next question, the compound that reacts the fastest with sodium methoxide. See, the lesser the number of electron withdrawing groups present in the ring, higher is the rate of reaction. That means NO2 groups attached to this this halourine is said to be giving the faster reactions. That means less number of electron with bromine groups present in the ring, higher is the rate of reaction. So this chlorobenzene is there, we don't have any kind of NO2, so it will be higher, and no withdrawing group is present, therefore the compound reacts fastest with sodium methoxide. So no withdrawing group is present where chlorobenzene, and this compound reacts fastest with sodium methoxide. The pair of compounds having identical shapes for their molecules is. So we have xenon difluoride is there, that is linear. Zinc chloride is there, linear. Next, conductivity of a saturated solution of sparingly soluble salt AB at 298 Kelvin is 1.85 10 to the power of minus 5 Siemens per meter. And solubility product of salt AB at 298 Kelvin is how much? Given lambda m0 value 114 10 to the power of minus 4 Siemens meter square per mole. So the solubility given, which is enough, which is equals to the K into 1000 by lambda m0. So solubility, assuming it is molarity, and molarity calculated and K value substituted, lambda m0 also substituted in this expression, we got 1.36, 1.3 10 to the power of minus 6 is the solubility. That solubility is substituted in the AB type of formula. KSP is S square formula, and S is substituted 1.3 10 to the power of minus 6 obtained. Finally, KSP value got is 1.74 10 to the power of minus 12. That is the right answer. An incorrect statement with respect to SN1 and SN2 mechanisms for alkyl halides is. Now, competing reaction for SN2 reaction is rearrangement reaction. And a weak nucleophile and a protic solvent increases the rate and favors the SN1 reaction. A strong nucleophile in a protic solvent increases the rate of favors the SN2 reaction. SN1 reactions can be catalyzed by some Lewis acids. In this, SN2 reactions do not undergo rearrangement reactions as it involves inversion of configuration. So, first option is said to be the incorrect statement. Butylated hydroxyl toluene BHT as food additive acts as oxygen preservation of food items, okay, and slow down the effect of oxygen on them. So we can easily call this one as preservation of food items, as they slow down the effect of oxygen on them. So slow down the effect of oxygen means oxidation can be reduced, means they will be antioxidants. Next, terline is not a polyester fiber, step growth polymer, copolymer, chain growth polymer. But terline is referred as a step growth polymer. It is formed from terephthalic acid and ethylene glycol, and also copolymer, also polyester. So it is not a chain growth polymer. The correct statement is 1 mole each of benzene and hydrogen when reacted gives 1/3 mole of cyclohexane and 2/3 mole unreacted hydrogen. It is easier to hydrogenate benzene when compared to cyclohexane. Next one, cyclohexadiene and cyclohexane cannot be isolated with ease during the controlled hydrogenation of benzene. Hydrogenation of benzene to cyclohexane an endothermic process. So here cyclohexadiene is there and cyclohexane is there. They cannot be isolated, controlled hydrogenation of benzene. This is due to the availability of reducing agent which further reduces hexadiene to hexene. So the reaction is nothing but benzene gives cyclohexadiene and cyclohexene. So what is the meaning of this one is hexadiene and cyclohexene cannot be isolated is the correct statement for this question. Next, among the elements from atomic number 1 to 36, the number of elements which have an unpaired electron in their s shell, hydrogen, lithium, sodium, like that of chromium, copper, potassium. See, if you consider all these things, a total of 6 came. That means total number of elements between from the number 1 to 36 atomic number is 6, which are having unpaired electron in s subshell. The correct statement, the statement that is not correct here, the statement that is not correct. Van der Waals constant A measures extent of intermolecular attractive forces for real gases. While point depends on the nature of real gas, compressibility factor measures the deviation of real gas from ideal behavior. Critical temperature is the lowest temperature at which liquefaction of gas first occurs. No, it is the highest temperature. It is the maximum temperature only. That means maximum temperature below which is particular gas undergoes liquefaction by pressure, but above the temperature the gas cannot be liquefied. Means it is maximum temperature, not minimum temperature. So fourth option is the not correct option. Is not the correct statement. The correct arrangement for the ions in the increasing order of their radii is. So positive charge is more, smaller is the size. Negative charge is more, bigger is the size. Means highest positive charge to highest negative charge in which of the options given, that is the right option. And moreover, you can see this analysis also. In this number of protons of calcium, potassium and sulfide taken, and if it is arranged in the increasing order, calcium, potassium, sulfide came. So first option is the right option for this one. Next question, the correct arrangement of species in the decreasing order of bond length between carbon and oxygen in them. In the options we have carbon, oxygen, carbon monoxide is there. Carbon monoxide is a small, is a molecule with a triple bond exists between carbon and oxygen. That is a shortest bond. That means when you see this decreasing order, carbon monoxide should be there in the last, as a last formula in the list. So it is looking fourth one. So the bond length is related type of bond present, single bond longest, double bond intermediate and triple bond shortest. If you consider all these things, carbonate and HCO2 minus CO2 and CO. So fourth option is matches with this one. The species that is not hydrolyzed in water is, calcium carbide gives acetylene, phosphorus pentoxide gives its corresponding oxide acid, magnesium nitrate gives ammonia. But what about the barium peroxide? Barium peroxide do not hydrolyze with water. All other species undergoes hydrolyze in water. So BaO2 is the right answer. Next, for the properties mentioned, the correct trend for the different species is in. So first we have inert pair effect given, aluminum, gallium, indium. Next, ionization enthalpy given, and strength of Lewis acids given, and oxidizing properties given. Whereas in the third group boron family, we have ionization enthalpy, there is irregular trend is there. As we move down the group in a periodic table, the ionization enthalpy goes on decreasing. Therefore, the correct order of the ionization enthalpy is shown as boron greater than aluminum greater than thallium. So that is the correct statement. The correct statement is 4 options given. MnBr4 2 minus is tetrahedral. NiNiS3 6 times 2 plus is n-orbital complex. And cobalt, this is CO, small o. Cobalt complex is paramagnetic. and the last one cobalt Br2, and this ethylene diamine exhibits lithium linkage isomerism. So if you observe all these things, NiS3 is a strong field ligon. When you take it according to VBT theory, writing the electronic configurations, actually it is having a D7 configuration, and in the D7 configuration there are 3 unpaired electrons are there because of the strong field ligon ammonia. The pairing of electrons taken place, although there is no availability of 2 empty d orbitals for it. That's why it is taking the orbitals from the outer level, that is sp3d2 configuration hybridization given paramagnetic behavior. Because of this one unpaired electron in this electronic configuration, this is paramagnetic. Next question, iodoform reaction is answered by all except. Usually the alcohols like propyl alcohol is said to be converted into aldehyde as it does not have any kind of methyl ketonic group. So we have the propyl alcohol is the right answer for this one, which does not give the iodoform test. Next, a crystalline solid XY3 has CCP arrangement for its element Y. Then X occupies how much percentage of tetrahedral voids? See, number of the unit cell has 4 particles Y in CCP arrangement. Therefore, number of X particles is 4 by 3, that is 1.33. So there are total 4 tetrahedral octahedral voids are there in a CCP arrangement. Therefore, percentage of X particles containing octahedral voids is 1.33 by 4 into 100. So that is that we got is 33%. That means in this X occupies 33% of octahedral voids. So remaining percentage is what? That is 66% of tetrahedral voids. So we have 66% of tetrahedral voids is there. Yes, that is the right answer. Next question. Benzoic acid gives P, gives rise to Q, gives rise to R, like that arrow mark. We have first stage with ammonia, second stage with sodium hypobromite, third stage with constant H2SO4 heating up to 460 Kelvin. So finally, what is the R in the conversion? That is the question. The first step, what happened with ammonia, ammonium benzoate formed. Upon heating, benzimide will be formed, that is B, that is P. And the second step, benzimide reacts with NOBr, gives aniline, that is Q. Q is aniline. Third step, aniline reacts with constant H2SO4 to form aniline hydrogen sulfate. By rearrangement of the reaction, final product is sulfonalic acid, that is R. So R is nothing but sulfonalic acid. So we have fourth option is the right option for this question. Next question, the statement that is not correct is carbohydrates are optically active. Lactose has glycosidic linkage between C4 of glucose and C1 of galactose units. Aldose or ketose sugars in alkaline medium do not isomerize. Pentaestate of glucose does not react with hydroxylamine. Okay. So in this, aldose and ketose sugar undergoes isomerization in basic medium in presence of alkaline earth aluminate catalyst, which is not correct. So do not isomerize given here. The correct statement is isomerizes. Next question. Match the reactant in column 1 and the reaction in column 2. So acetic acid undergoes HVZ reaction, named reaction because of alpha halogenation. And sodium phenate gives Kolb reaction, and toluene gives Prelkraft reaction, methyl cyanide gives a Stephen reaction. So on comparing all these things, acetic acid with HVZ reaction is 1C. We have 1C in the second and third options is there, but sodium phenate gives Kolb reaction means 3D. So third option is the right option for this. And fourth one, toluene, that is giving Prelkraft reaction. Next question, the statement that is not correct is, in solid state PCl5 exists as this type of complex PCl4 plus PCl6 minus. Phosphorus acid on heating disproportionate to give metaphosphoric acid and phosphine. Hypophosphorus acid reduces silver nitrate to silver. Pure phosphine is non-inflammable. That is a doubtful one. Because pure phosphine is inflammable at high temperature, catches fire easily when temperature above 460 Kelvin. Next, in which one of the pairs of ion given there is an ion that forms coordination compound with both aqueous sodium hydroxide and ammonia, and the other ion that forms a coordination compound only with aqueous sodium hydroxide. Okay, we know that zinc and aluminum forms usually complex compounds, but zinc forms a complex with both hydroxide and ammonia, and aluminum forms a complex with alkaline compound sodium hydroxide. So that means zinc and aluminum are the answers for this one. Next, a crystalline solid X reacts with dilute HCl to liberate a gas Y. Y decolorizes acidified KMnO4. When a gas Z is slowly passed into an aqueous solution of Y, colloidal sulfur is obtained. X and Z could be respectively what? So in this, if you check it with the sodium sulfite that gives sulfur dioxide, and that decolonizes acidified KMnO4. So that acidified KMnO4, that sulfur again can be obtained by passing the hydrogen sulfide into the aqueous solution of SO2, gives HSO3. Okay, upon seeing all these observations, you know that sodium sulfite and H2S are the pair. Sodium sulfide is X and Z is H2S gas. So here colloidal sulfur is obtained, that is Y. An aromatic compound A, C7H9N, on reacting with sodium nitrite HCl at 0 degrees Celsius forms benzyl alcohol and nitrogen gas, and the number of isomers possible for the compound A is, see, if you observe aromatic compound benzyl amine, the formula CH5CH2NH2 matches with C7H9N. There are 5 possible isomers of benzyl amine are there. Here we have, this is the first one, NH2 on the ortho position, NH2 on the meta position, para position, and also like a secondary amine, fifth one also shown. That means 5 possibilities are there. So number of isomers possible for compound A are 5. Next, the statement that is not correct is, collectors enhance the wettability of mineral particles during the froth flotation. Copper from its low-grade ores is extracted by hydrometallurgy. A furnace lined with hematite is used to convert cast iron to wrought iron. In vapor phase refining, metal should form a volatile compound. But in this froth flotation process, the pine oil and fatty acids and xanthates act as collectors, but they enhance the non-wettability of mineral particles. But they given collectors enhance the wettability. So that is not correct. The first statement is not correct answer. A solution of 1.25 grams of P in 50 grams of water lowers freezing point by 0.3 degrees Celsius means delta TF. Molar mass of P is 94 given, Kf also given 1.86. Degree of ionization association of P in water is how much? So using delta TF and the mass is given, we have taken the formula. Delta TF is 0.3 and Kf value is 1.86 and molality is nothing but number of moles. That is 25 by 94 of the compound obtained. I value 0.6064 we got. Okay, and the degree of association of P is calculated given as alpha is equal to I minus 1 by 1 by n minus 1. In that, after substituting the alpha value, got 78.8%. Therefore, the approximately close to 80%. So we'll go with the third option in this one. So here, solution of this is 25 grams only. This is 25 grams. Volume occupied by single CaCl ion pair in crystal is 7.014 10 to the power of minus 23 centimeter cube. The smallest CaCs intermolecular distance is equal to length of side of the cube corresponding to volume of one CaCl ion pair. The smallest Cs to Cs internuclear distance is nearly. See, the internuclear distance can be calculated using this volume A cube and substituting the volume given in the problem 7.014. A we got is 4.124 in 10 power minus 8 centimeters. Conversion of edge length into angstrom units. Here that edge length we got is 4.24 in 10 power of minus 8 centimeters. 10 power minus 8 centimeters is angstrom units only. That we got is 4.124. 12 approximately, and we can take 4.12 very close to 4 only. So fourth option is the right option. Next question, for dichromate ion reaction, E0 value given here as 1.33 volts and concentration of dichromate ion 4.5 millimoles, chromium 15 millimoles given, and E cell is given 1.067 volts. Then what is the pH of the solution which is equal to? As per the Nernst equation, for the given equation, the products, that is chromium and water substituted and dichromate and H plus ion substituted in the equilibrium constant formula. Number of electrons transferred in the equation given is 6. Then the value after substituting the values, see 1.067 electron EMF value and E0 value is 1.33. Upon simplification, H plus ion concentration, here minus log H plus ion concentration is present inside the square bracket, and the minus log H plus ion concentration is considered as pH, and after simplification pH we got is 25.13 by 14 is 2, approximately 2. It is taken as 2. That means the pH is nearly equals to 2. So it is not exactly 2. It is approximately equals to 2. Next question, 1.78 grams of an optically active L-amino acid is treated with sodium nitrite at 0 degrees Celsius. 448 centimeter cube of nitrogen gas was at STP is evolved. A sample of protein has 0.25% of this amino acid by mass. The molar mass of protein is. See, in this, molar mass of amino acids can be calculated by multiplying its mass with this number of moles. We got is 89. And is given the protein contain percentage 0.25 percentage, and therefore molar mass of protein can be calculated using this expression, that is 89 into 100 by 0.25. Finally we got 35,000 600. 35,600 means it is the second option, is the right option for it. Next question, 10 grams of a mixture of barium oxide and calcium oxide requires 100 centimeter cube of 2.5 molarity HCl to react completely. The percentage of calcium oxide in the mixture is approximately how much? They are given molar mass of barium oxide is 153 also. So in this, assuming that the mass of calcium oxide is X and barium oxide is 10 minus X, then equivalent mass of calcium oxide is 28, barium oxide is 76.5 as their charges are 2 only. So therefore, if we add this number of moles, this means 10 minus X by 76.5. This is mass by equivalent mass plus mass of calcium oxide is X by its equivalent mass is equals to 100 into 2.5 by 1000. Now in this simplification we got X value is 5.26, then the percentage of calcium oxide is calculated as 5.26 by, here they are given 10 grams mass, so 5.26 by 10 into 100 we got 52.6 percentage. So third option is the right option for this one. Next question, the ratio of heats liberated at 298 Kelvin from the combustion of 1 kilogram of coke and by burning water gas obtained from 1 kg of coke is, assume coke to be 100% of carbon, given enthalpies of combustion of carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide and hydrogen are 393.5 for CO2, 285 for CO, 285 for hydrogen respectively at this temperature. Now the number of moles of 1 kg of coke can be calculated using number of moles here is 1000 by 12. Carbon is 12 only, so 1000 by 12 is 83.33 we got. For 1 mole of coke, the heat liberated is 393.6 kilojoules and 83.3 moles of coke liberates how much? Upon cross multiplication, this one we got is 83.3 into 393.5 kilojoules, and as per this equation carbon monoxide with hydrogen oxygen gives carbon dioxide and water. In this reaction delta H value got is 570 kilojoules. This ratio is equals to 393.5 is to 570 is 0.69 is to 1. First option is the right option for this one. Next question. In impure copper containing Fe, Au, Ag as impurities is electrolytically refined, then a current of 140 amperes for 482.5 seconds decrease the mass of anode by 22.26 grams and increase the mass of cathode by 22.011 grams. Then percentage of iron impure copper is given how much? We have to use the Faraday's last equation also. See, equivalent weight of copper 31.77 and iron is 27.55 from the charges and all. Number of gram equivalents of copper deposited can be calculated. Here the 22.011 given, they are given the mass divided by its equivalent weight is 0.698 is the number of gram equivalents of this copper. According to Faraday's law, Q is equal to IT, whereas I value given in the problem is 140 and time seconds given 482.5 seconds given. After that we got the charge coulombs value 67,550 coulombs charge we got. But we know that 96,500 coulombs gives 31.77 grams of copper, but 67,550 coulombs gives how much copper? Upon cross multiplication we can get the mass of copper as 22.239 grams. So that is the mass of copper deposited. Now percentage. Iron mass also can be calculated as per this one only. Now the percentage of iron impurity here calculated is 0.90 we got. So copper mass of copper deposited is this one, and from that what we did is nothing but iron mass minus this value got is 0.228 grams. Mass of iron calculated 0.199 grams From that, percentage calculated for iron is 0.90 we got. So that is the 0.90 means second option is the right option for this one. Thank you. We will meet in the next session with another interesting power show of the previous examination models.